afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Scripps Marine Facilities and to Flip's 50th birthday. I'm Rob Pinkel. I'm the Associate Director of the Marine Physical Lab and a research scientist at Scripps, and I'll be leading things through the festivities that go on for the next half hour to an hour. Please take your seats if you haven't already. The first item is to introduce the Director of Scripps, Professor Tony Haymet, who'll say a few words. Tony?
Thanks, Rob. Welcome, everybody. For those of you arriving, there are seats in the middle here. Please don't be shy. I want to welcome you all to the Nimitz Marine Facility, one of the great facilities and centers of oceanographic at-sea capability. I want to welcome our special guest today. For the whole morning and until a few minutes ago, Admiral Jonathan White was here, the incoming oceanographer of the Navy, and his staff. Admiral White's going to go out on flip tomorrow and get flipped. So we gave him the afternoon off to do some real work for the nation. But he was kind enough to spend the whole day with us learning about what we do. I'd like to welcome Mr. Bill Hurley, Chairman of the Board at Gloucester & Associates. Gloucester & Associates has been great supporters of Flip over the years, including a major overhaul in 1995 and numerous installations and modifications. Let me welcome our friend Assembly Member Tony Atkins. Tony, welcome. And staff from many of our elected officials, including Senator Chris Kehoe, Joel Anderson, and the officers of Assemblyman Block, Jones and Fletcher, as well as representatives from Mayor Sanders and Councilmember Laurie Zapp's offices. Welcome to our marine facility. I'd also like to give my sincere thanks to Pacific Tugboat and its vice presidents here with us today, Steve Fraley and Grant Westmoreland. They're going to take the flip out tomorrow so it can be flipped. You probably know Flip doesn't have any power of its own. It relies on external power. We very much like the fact that it doesn't have engines to distract from its wonderful acoustic properties when it's in operation. And you'll hear more about that as the program goes on today. And I would like to thank the owners of Flip, without whom any of this would not be possible, the Office of Naval Research. Thank you. I think it's quite remarkable that 50 years after scientists Fred Spiess and Fred Fisher envisioned, developed, and launched their floating instrument platform, we're here today celebrating their historic achievement. From an oceanographic and engineering point of view, Flip is truly one of a kind. There are no other floating instrument platforms like this anywhere in the world. It has remained one of Scripps' points of distinction. Inspired by a spar buoy, I'm told, with an early model created out of a Louisville Slugger baseball bat, Flip continues to be a relevant and transformative instrument in the advancement of ocean science, as you'll hear a little bit about later on today. As you probably know, Scripps Institution of Oceanography at the University of California has a long and proud history of achievement and distinction. The Keeling curve, the invention of the wetsuit, identifying life at hydrothermal vents, all of these hallmarks, along with many others, make Scripps one of the world's most distinctive ocean and earth science institutions. And Flip will forever hold a special place at Scripps and in all of oceanography. The talented group at Scripps Marine Physical Laboratory have operated Flip since its launch in 1962. Both of Flip's designers were pioneering members of the Marine Physical Lab, that we call MPL. Fred Fisher was widely noted as a distinguished scientist and prominent member of the acoustic research community, and Fred Spiess was a world-renowned deep-sea ocean explorer, longtime director of MPL, and even had a term as one of my predecessors as director of Scripps in the 1960s. A unique invention, flip, continually amazes and awes people. On more than one occasion, I'm told, concerned boaters have contacted flip in the vertical position and offered emergency assistance as they were certain they were witnessing a boat in the middle of sinking. But I understand it's not easy to sink flip. During one of its missions near Hawaii, flip withstood a 90-foot wave while moored north of the Hawaiian Islands. And flip has even transited the Panama Canal for a research project conducted in the Caribbean. I guess that means it's transited the Panama Canal at least twice. But flip's service to science has been its most remarkable achievement. As Scripps forges on to its second century of discovery, we're now coming up to 110 years old, flip will continue to play a vital role in our exploration of the seas and help us continue to discoveries that benefit science and society. I would like to note that this Nimitz Marine facility, the support and management center for the Scripps fleet, will soon be the home of Agor 28, a new ocean-class research vessel that is set to launch in 2015. We're very grateful that the Office of Naval Research selected Scripps as the operator of that vessel, which marks another milestone in our long and prosperous collaboration with the Office of Naval Research. Agor 28 will enable us and all the nation's oceanographers and atmospheric scientists to continue our pursuit of the planet's most vital environmental and scientific challenges. Now being constructed in Anacortes, Washington, north of Seattle, and supporting jobs in that area, Agor 28 will embody a new breed of ship that will support both the U.S. Navy and national oceanographic research objectives. In fact, national security research objectives that Scripps collaborates with the Navy on include exploring science and technology in the areas of oceanographic and meteorological observations, modeling and prediction of the sea state and atmosphere in military operational areas, submarine detection and classification, and mine warfare applications for detecting and neutralizing mines in both the open ocean and coastal environments. Our partnership with the Navy includes their ownership and Scripps operation of our research vessel Roger Avell, now off the coast of Vietnam, and the research vessel Melville to my right, which I would like to give a hearty welcome home to after 10 months. And I'm afraid Melville's rest period is very brief. Melville, the oldest research vessel in the U.S. fleet, is off tomorrow morning, led by an ambitious group of graduate students from CRIST, Chief Scientist Christina Frieda, and they'll head off for a 10-day exploration off the coast of San Diego. Their research will include biology, chemistry, seafloor mapping, even the search for marine compounds that might one day lead to new medicines to treat human diseases. The expedition that those students have planned and won a competition to execute is made possible by something called the University of California Ship Funds Program, a unique support opportunity where any graduate student in the University of California system can design a research cruise, apply for it, have it peer-reviewed, and if they're successful, the opportunity to execute their own research program. To conclude my remarks, I would like to give a big thank you to Bill Gaines, Tom Golfinas, and all of those involved in FLIP's operation, and also thank the Marine Physical Laboratory for their wonderful operation of this incredible vessel for the last 50 years. I'd like to thank all of you for your 50 productive years and wish us all many more productive years. I especially want to thank the Navy and the Office of Naval Research for their support. It's now my great pleasure to introduce Dr. Frank Herr. Dr. Herr joined federal service in 1977 And like all my favorite people, as a research chemist, in his case with the Naval Research Laboratory in the Ocean Science Division. He himself conducted basic and applied research at NRL until 1982, when he joined the Office of Naval Research. Dr. He was appointed to the Senior Executive Service in August 1998. Frank's been a wonderful partner. He's the head of the Ocean of Naval Research Ocean Battleship Sensing Department, one of 6 science and technology departments at the Office of Naval Research. The Ocean Battlespace Department is responsible for the Navy and Marine Corps' science and technology in ocean and meteorological research, undersea warfare, mine warfare, and space technology. The department has built and cares for 6 oceanographic research vessels, which form the backbone of the U.S. academic research fleet. Dr. He received a Presidential Rank Award for Meritorious Executives in 2005. May I welcome to the stage Dr. Frank He.